Can I talk through the intro?
Welcome to Tech Fever, Play Everything's weekly tech podcast where we talk about all the tech news of the week, from home theater to smart home to AI and robots and everything in between. Alongside me today, as always, my co-host, Kevin Coello.
Your co-host.
Co-host.
Can I talk through the intro, or is my mic being picked up?
Your mic is definitely being picked up during the intro.
Real simple to switch that, just so you know.
I know.
You can make it so
it's
it mutes.
audio live, you know?
And what?
Yeah, what audio live? You know, when we start, it goes audio live, and then that way there's no complication.
Well, no, I understand that, but I'm a man who likes to say things the last minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's fine, you know?
I guess.
Does it really
just
matter?
take a minute. Give me control of your computer. I'll do it in 2 seconds.
No, it's good. We're good.
Let me remote desktop in.
I hate
Easy.
you so much.
I'll fix it so quick. Google remote desktop. It's such an essential tool for helping your idiot friends.
Kevin, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, I had to take a little Cecil. What?
You're feisty today.
I got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I had to take Cecil to the vet because he inhaled foxtail, which is apparently really bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, they had to put him under and then pull it out. The vet called me. They also neutered him while they were at it. The vet called me and was like, "Oh, hey, we got it out. It was huge." I was like, "Okay, that sucks."
I know, when you told me that like your dog was sneezing up blood.
Yeah, it was really scary. He just kept sneezing so hard his little head was smashing on the floor, and it was like, "Oh God." Yeah, he's fine now though.
That's good.
No balls.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing, you know.
Yeah, I guess we're being responsible.
Oh, that's good. Any new tech you've been playing with this week? Anything you want to talk about?
Been playing with the Sony 6400, the A6400. That's it. The Alpha 6400. Yeah. Man, I flippin' love this camera. I like the body is. It's just sexy. Look at it. You know,
it's a pretty camera.
It's a pretty camera. And it's got little dope. Oh, little flash right there.
Pops out.
The screen on there flips all the way out, so you can actually see it. Yeah. Well, it's got a cover on there. But there you go.
That's the one that they updated in their lineup. Is typically like the 60. That's the 64, right? You said.
Yeah, the 6400. Yeah.
The 63 is the one that where like it doesn't come up all the way, and that's like one of the only differences that they made between the two cameras. Yeah. Sony cameras are beautiful, man.
They really are. The colors are really pretty too, and I'm really enjoying it. The reason I got it is to once again test the studio, the individual setups for Kind of Funny to see how we can improve it. Unfortunately, they released an app that you can pull up on your computer, and then through some OBS manipulation, you can add that as a webcam and bring it into OBS. Unfortunately, that looks like shit. It just looks terrible. Yeah. Which right now it's really difficult to get cam links to bring this source in. So I'm waiting for a micro HDMI cable so that I can test out what it looks like, bring it in as a source and how it compares to the M50 from last week.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that I'm going to go with the M50 right now just because it's a little bit easier to bring into your computer via USB. And because, like I said, cam links are so difficult to get your hands on right now without spending an extra, $300. Well, that's not right. Yeah.
I mean,
paying
sometimes
double.
I've seen them around $300, $350 sometimes.
Yeah. And which is absurd. And I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to find a solution where we don't have to buy a whole bunch of these cam links. And yeah, right now the Canon M50, is it M50? Yeah, M50 is, right now it's my favorite. That being said, if I were to buy another camera aside from my X-T2, this guy, I'm really digging.
It's that is unfortunate that the USB connection is kind of faulty or doesn't look good. Because I think Sony's look phenomenal, and I think their color profile is like 10 times what you can get out of a Canon.
Yeah.
Like realistically, but
pales in comparison to Fujifilm though.
Yep, I mean Panasonic's really good, man. Panasonic's really good. Fujifilm's a Panasonic brand.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah. And then,
Panasonic is good. Do they make a high-end, another high-end brand?
Lumix.
Something with an L?
Lumix.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lumix cameras.
Those are crazy.
Yeah.
Those cameras are really crazy, good. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's a really cool camera. I want to say you can buy it with a smaller kit lens than this for $800. I think this one was like maybe $1,200. And when comparing it to the $600, I want to say M50. I mean, it's for what we want to do. The M50 seems to be making a lot more sense.
Yeah,
but we'll see. I'm just gonna.
I'm a big believer in mirrorless. Sorry, I'm a big believer in mirrorless. I
both these guys are mirrorless, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is I mean, Sony is kind of the pioneer of it, but the Canon mirrorless ones are great too. I think you get a better color profile out of them than the DSLRs.
A lot of people in the comments are saying that the Fuji X-T2 is the best. That's something I've been reading. But we are planning to keep these cameras long term to use for our like future Let's Play like little lab area, the gameplay area. So we do want to compare like what it looks like via USB versus what it's going to look like through HDMI, and if the A6400 is like significantly better, we might go with that. But it's just unfortunate that like the program to capture it really sucks.
Yeah. I think it will. I think you will actually go with the Sony ones once you see it in the HDMI.
I don't know. I feel like it's got to be a big difference.
I think it might. I don't know. I feel like the color on the Canon, but again, that all is semantics. I mean, for an extra $700, right? It's almost not worth it though. Even for the like significant difference.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about more than double the price.
Yeah. Well, I've actually been. You anything else you want to add to the camera? Sorry, I'm really off my game today. I don't know why. I've been Minecrafting too hard.
You're doing a great job. All right,
Appreciate
chill
you.
out. I've been, and this is a news story for later too that we're gonna dive into. But I've been really playing with the Pixel Buds.
Are they actually working?
Yeah, these. I got a second pair. It looks like a little cocaine bag that I'm gonna put in my butt. Trying to get across the border.
It's a little egg. Huh? I said we established that. It's a little egg.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's so far. So I got a new one. These have worked out perfectly. I've had no issues so far. Actually, yesterday I turned my head slightly sideways and they kind of disconnected. So they were like, one was off by like a quarter of a second.
Mm-hmm.
I put them back in there, closed them, and brought them back out, and they started working again fine. But yeah, it's a known issue.
So at least these ones are working for you.
Yeah.
So my review for the day, or the tech I've been playing with, they're actually these Logitech gaming speakers. These things are dope.
Can you pull them up? Can you
yes.
bring up a picture?
Mm-hmm. Right there. Sorry.
Oh, that's a man.
So these are them. This is like the closest video I could get.
Wait, hold on a second. Do they have lights in them?
Yeah, they have lights on the back of them.
Do they sync up with you?
I mean, you could do. No, I don't think you can. No.
Have you looked into it?
I haven't looked into it. I would imagine you can't because it has the. I mean, I guess if you get the Hue Sync on the PC.
Yeah. Because Hue, like the Hue app, lets you add other apps into it, like Razer.
These are really great speakers. Like I really like the quality for it. Comes with a huge sub.
What's the model?
It's the 560, G560. Now I mean I imagine if you have the Hue Sync on your computer as well, and you have the audio sync on these guys, it would match up technically, right? Because the Hue Sync is matching what you're seeing up on your computer, right? Whereas same thing with these, so it should be doing the same thing.
Oh, they do the same thing. They're matching the colors.
Yeah, you could. That's one of the settings, and that's really cool.
They look cool.
Yeah, they're really great speakers. They're like I said, the audio quality is phenomenal. And then again, the added benefit of actually having that color response, like we love from the Hue Sync box on our TVs. I really highly recommend these. These are, I think, $200. I think that's the price for them. So it is a little steep
that's
on the price.
saying $200. Man, that sub is huge. It's
It-
not messing around.
It is a huge sub. Let me.
Does it get low?
What was
Does
that?
that beat bump? I said, does it glow? Get low?
It
Does
gets
the beat
low,
bump?
but it doesn't glow. You know. So that's the downside of it. But G560. Hold on, I just want to get the price one more time. Make sure I'm correct. Yeah, so it's $200, not on sale. But great buy, I would say. If you're looking for something to add to your PC setup, here they are right here. You can see that it has the LEDs in the back right there. It's the sub is massive. But for $200, like I said, pretty great speaker system, especially with the sub you get with it. So, I mean, that's kind of like my review I have for it. I would highly recommend these. I'm on a big Logitech kick right now. Pretty much.
I love that company. When they had do you remember the Logitech PSP protective case?
No.
Oh my god,
That
it was
sounds
amazing.
really specific.
What?
I said that sounds really specific.
It is. Anyways, I had one of those cases, and like the case was insane. Like I'm certain that like you couldn't do shit like any damage to the PSP when it was in that beautiful case. But I accidentally destroyed the case for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. And I contacted them, and like they were super cool about just sending me a new case.
I think I do remember this one, right? Like
It's a great, yeah, that's it. That's the case.
I
was like
remember this.
Insane case, and it was just felt indestructible. It could be destructed, it turns out.
Yeah. Kevin will figure that out if it is.
Yeah, but they did send me a new one, so
God, PSP.
that's rad. PSP was a great device. Did you get into the homebrew?
I did not.
Scene with the PSP? Hold on. All right, sorry about that.
Bless you.
Oh my god, it hurt. It hurt. I cracked a couple bones in my back. Jesus. You never got into the homebrew world?
No, I didn't ever do the homebrew on the PSP. I knew people who did it, and it was really cool to see them have all like the Nintendo games and basically every game ever existed.
Two stories I have with this, okay? Two.
Right,
One,
two
when I was 15, my friend was having a quinceañera, and she was like, hey, can you be in my... there's some name for it. I don't remember. Basically be one of the people that like does this little dance and like be part of this party. And I was like, oh yeah, dude, for sure. I'll do it. We rehearsed for like maybe a month. Like every other day after school, like you'd go and rehearse this dance thing and all this, right? And then like 2 weeks beforehand, she's like, all right, well, we're going to rent all the outfits. It's $500. And it's just one of those things that like, it was like, oh shit. Why didn't you tell me about this money aspect beforehand, right?
You're telling the same story that you told last week.
Get the fuck out. I told this story in this show last week? That wasn't just for fun? No. That was here?
Yeah, that was
Dude,
here.
I did too much stuff. Anyways, wait, why were we talking about this story? Was it also the memory stick?
The PSP, yeah, the memory stick.
All right. Did I also tell the story about the IR blaster on the thing?
No, I haven't heard this story.
Wow. Anyway,
we talked about, remember the 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte SD card, and you brought up this story. I feel like I've heard this story so many times.
That's crazy. Anyways, the second story, great. If you want to hear the end of the story, I guess go to last week's video, which is what? Tech Fever number 15?
15.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Figure it out. It'll be in there. Thank you for the view. The other story is when the homebrew started coming out, there was one that was universal remotes, because the first gen, the PSP 1000, had an IR blaster on the top of it. So you got this firmware, or you got this homebrew app, you installed it, and in it, it was like it had all the code for the universal remotes. So I would go into restaurants, and they'd have a TV on the corner, and the aspect ratio was all fucked up because no one knew how to set them up. They just put down the TV and plugged in the HDMI cable. I would go there and be like, all right, what is that? Magnavox. Try option 1. Nope. Option 2. The volume would go up and down. I'd be like, awesome. I'd go into the menus, resize the TVs. It was some of the best spot I've ever had in my life.
That is the most Kevin Coello story I think I've ever heard.
How many times have you gone to like a random place and been like, why is the TV aspect ratio on Zoom 2? You know?
All the time. Or projectors.
Not Zoom 1. Yeah, it's just like, what is going on? Or yeah, the projector's sitting there waiting for someone to press OK. And it's like, well, the projector's up fucking 12 feet in this Wild Wings. No one can get up there. I wish I had my PSP handy. What a great app that was.
So weird. It's bizarre to me that had an IR blaster on it. I do remember that. That's funny.
I wonder what that was. That must have been for something, right? Transmitting.
We used it to fuck with teachers.
Hey, Cheeks, you notice how we're both facing opposite directions in the frame? That's weird.
Why do you gotta call things out on air? We have so much time to do it.
Just fix it, you know?
I wonder why people don't watch the show, you know?
No, they don't watch it for many other reasons. It has nothing to do with you setting it up wrong or me calling you out. People enjoy me calling you out.
Do they?
Like, they're sitting there being like, fucking finally. I don't know why they both look off in different directions.
I don't think that's what they're thinking at all. I don't think at all.
Because they're not watching the show.
Thank you for that, Kevin.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you ready to talk some tech?
What were we just doing?
You were just telling a story.
You mean tech news, right?
Yeah, like the tech news. That's my tech news segment, is talking tech.
Let's talk some tech.
We're going to talk some tech. Why do you... God damn it, this show today.
I told you, I got the wrong kind of energy today.
Yeah, right? You're in a mood.
But I warned you. From the beginning. I was like, hey, man, the dog really fucked me up. I miss him. And then you made fun of me for missing him. Yeah. And I was like, I guess I have to break fucking Cheeks today.
Break me. Speaking of breaking, Google is working on a Bluetooth fix for the Pixel Buds, as we talked about before. Since the redesigned Pixel Buds came out in late April, some people have had issues with the audio from the second generation wireless earbuds cutting out. Google acknowledged the problem and said it's working on a fix, according to a forum post on the first spotted by 9to5 Google. Is quoted, I just wanted to let all you know that we've heard you, said a Google employee on the company's support website. They added, our team will be rolling out software updates in the coming weeks to improve Bluetooth stability and connectivity. However, the employee didn't provide an exact date for the Pixel Bud owners can expect those fixes to roll out. So, again, this is just an update to the story of the Pixel Buds, that Google yet again releases something that doesn't work 100%, and then they try to play catch up and fix it.
Why do you have to hate Google so much? You have no problem searching on their website for all the weird porn you're looking for.
I don't use Google at all, honestly.
You're such a liar. You a Bing man? You go to Bing?
Yeah, Microsoft.
You're so full of shit. Hey, do you know that they released a new version of Microsoft Edge?
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up a while ago because I remember seeing that and like being announced that they were doing a Chrome-based Microsoft Edge. Which,
what does that mean?
What do you mean?
What, Chrome-based?
Chrome-based. So they're using the actual Chrome software.
No fucking way.
Yeah, I swear to God.
That's so sad.
Microsoft Edge was so terrible that
it's like,
they had to
give up.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when Explorer was the search, like the internet browser.
You mean when you were like in elementary and you didn't know any better?
That was the one. What'd you use?
When I was young?
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a whole bunch. Like, obviously, Mozilla Firefox was like, when that happened, it was like, oh man, the world is better. But before that, it was Opera. I remember when I used Opera. You remember Opera?
Was it Opera? Wasn't it called Opera?
I don't know. It's made by Java, right? Java? Does that sound right?
That we actually use that to get around the anything in school that they blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the
How would you install it?
I mean, you would install it before you got to school. You know?
On what?
What do you mean on what?
What do you mean you install it before
phones?
What?
On phones.
Dude, I'm talking about like I'm talking about like
on the actual school computers.
I didn't have a smartphone at any of my schools. What are you, crazy?
Yeah, at the tail end of high school?
No, I had a flip phone.
There's no way. You're not that old.
Let me see. How old was I when I had my first? When did the? Ooh, no, it's that I'm poor, asshole.
I was too.
I mean, with your fancy smartphone,
I figured it out. I worked full time, all through high school. Some say illegally.
Was it illegal?
Under the table for the first 2 years. Couldn't get a worker's permit.
Import from Google. Continue without importing. Should I import it from Google?
What are you looking at? What is going on right now?
I'm installing Microsoft. Can you still see me?
Yeah, I can still see you. Yeah.
Good. I guess I'll import from Google.
Wait, what is going on right now? You just said, hold on a second.
Well, no, I mean, keep the show going. You talk about
Okay, well, I thought you were going to say something. I thought you were going to bring up something.
No. I'm installing Microsoft Edge. Because it's just one of those things where it's like, I kind of feel like I have to try.
No, you don't, though. Microsoft Edge is terrible.
It looks not only does it look just like Google, it has all my shortcuts and like I'm logged in. Wow. Good for them for giving up. I mean, it's more like an old school boxy kind of setup, which I kind of dig.
I wonder how much money Google is making off them.
Huh?
I wonder how much like they are paying Google to use Chrome.
That's insane. This blows my mind.
At that point, just give up.
When it happened.
Why don't you just have Google Chrome be the software that comes in the box?
I bet you there's a slight difference on money, and also they probably can track what you're doing better through their own thing instead of using Google's thing. Does that make sense?
It's a good point, but again,
like they have to probably buy the information off Google versus getting it directly from the users.
Well, if you want to try out the new Microsoft Edge,
it's better.
It is better, but it's not Chrome, which is obviously the best.
Obviously,
big Google fan. So yeah, if you have Pixel Buds or looking to get Pixel Buds, that fix is coming.
Before Opera, I think it was Netscape. Did you ever use Netscape?
I do remember Netscape. I never used it.
And then there was AOL's browser. That was around the same time. AOL's browsers whenever we had the discs.
Is AOL still around?
They got bought. I think AOL chat got a couple years ago got like canceled. Yeah, AOL's still around.
That is crazy. Who goes to AOL?
I mean, both of us right now, right?
Yeah, right now. Like, as a gag.
This is terrible.
It looks like a homemade website.
Yeah.
AOL.com. I should have pulled it up. Look at that.
Remember Ask Jeeves?
Ask Jeeves was the shit.
You would go online and ask a fake butler questions.
Did
you remember that?
Yeah, I do miss that.
And you'd be like, what are these dots on my wiener?
Well, that was before Google got super prominent.
Right? That was back when search engines were Yahoo. You'd be like, oh, I'll go to Yahoo. Eventually, I remember Ask Jeeves really took off. It was like, oh, just go to Ask Jeeves. And then you kind of learn, if you use quotations, it'll help you find things more directly. Interesting stuff.
I don't know what the show is today, to be honest.
It's us having fun. It's not what it's supposed to be.
No, I know. It's just funny. I never thought I'd talk about Ask Jeeves again in my life.
Well, here you are. I mean, I don't know if you've been to Ask Jeeves, but I'm on it right now. This site is not long for this world.
I thought they switched over to using actually Google. I thought they, when you type it in, it's Google, results.
It feels like it's Google results.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's definitely Google. It just looks like Google.
And it was a butler. They changed it, which is upsetting.
Yeah, that's why they changed it from Ask Jeeves to Ask.com.
Yeah, I like that.
Because, butlers are too fancy.
I like the butler.
It made me feel fancy.
You know what else I like? Those Sony M3 headphones. But don't worry, there's going to be an upgrade coming very, very soon if you're interested in getting those over-the-ear noise-canceling headphones by Sony. Sony's M3 headphones are due for an upgrade, and it won't be long while you wait. Walmart has prematurely listed a M4 listing with multiple feature additions. To start, it will fully support multiple devices with easy switching. If you had two devices, but that might be this article, terribly written, but that might be fine if you just want to jump between phone and PC. Bluetooth makes the leap from the 4.2 that the M3s have to the 5.0 as well. Precise voice pickup, meanwhile, would address the M3's lackluster voice quality using 5 microphones and advanced audio signal processing to improve sound for all your call recipients. They're throwing in a couple extra features like the USB-C. It's going to be around the same 30 hours of battery life as the M3s do right now. But with USB-C, you do get the fast charging 10 minutes full charge, which is crazy. Or 5 hours with 10 minutes of charging.
Jesus.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they're great headphones, and it's cool to see them improve on it. Again, for anybody who's looking for a pair of headphones or maybe thinking about buying the M3s, you might just want to wait because they're probably going to hit at the same price as the M3s now, the new M4s. But you ever going to get these headphones?
No.
I talk about them a lot, man.
You do.
I really think you should get them.
But I have a pair of headphones that are awesome. I have several. Well, I have a pair of headphones, which I like using.
The ones that you have to Frankenstein because they're so worn down?
What?
Yeah,
why do you have to insult things that I love?
Nothing. I'm not insulting it. That's how much you love them. You have to Frankenstein them.
I'm not Frankenstein. Eventually, pads wear out. I hope you wear your M3s until the pads wear out. But you won't. You'll buy new headphones.
Probably.
Then I also have my Jabra earbuds, and I have my Pixel buds. So I mean, I'm good with the Audible world. You know what I mean?
That's true. What are you actually using the Jabra ones that you got back in the mail? Right when you bought the Pixel buds?
Today. I thought about connecting them and using them, but I don't know.
Yeah, I remember you weren't huge on those either. I remember.
No, I really like them. I think that there was an issue with the pass-through audio where, like, for whatever reason, any outside noise, if it was a little loud, it would peak out. So I'm curious, like, I kind of want to use it to see if, like, that is fixed on this the new ones they sent me. But I don't know. I might also just give them to Paula or my little brother, depending on who would actually use them.
I thought you were going to keep them for a backup.
Yeah, but I don't think I need a backup. These are great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These nailed it. 10 out of 10. And soon they'll have an update to fix their Bluetooth. No, but, like, on a serious note, like, they're comfortable and, like, they do a good job excluding outside noise, so it doesn't really need the noise canceling.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready to fully commit. Plus, they're so pretty. Look at them.
Look at that. I know. It is a pretty case. Look at that.
My little Coke bag. Just boof it. Fit in there real smooth.
Just boof it. Kevin, what do you think about CES actually not canceling next year?
It's interesting. Go? I do think it's really early to cancel it because, like, I feel like a lot of the world is returning to normal. I know that we're in a bubble in the Bay Area where we're not returning to normal, but, like, I hear about other states, like, people are eating in restaurants again and going back to day-to-day life. Will that stay the same in the next couple of months? I don't know. We'll have to see how the numbers all come out. Like, if we see a big jump in COVID stuff, obviously I feel like people are going to go back to sheltering in place. That being said, when is this? Next January, right? That's pretty far away.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, I just can't imagine a world where we do the shelter in place again. Like, not even other states. Southern California is back to normal. Like, fully.
Really?
Yeah. You can go to a restaurant.
Still?
I'm going to a restaurant. I mean, other than LA. Like, the rest is Southern California.
Yeah, but, like, mountain folk, right?
No. Like, I'm talking about, like, the areas around LA.
What's around LA? Because, like, people, like, you're talking about Orange County?
Yeah. San Diego's back to normal, too. Orange County, San Bernardino. All back to normal.
But so I'm just very curious to see how the numbers play out. Like, if we see giant jumps in COVID stuff, I don't know. I could see people being like, well, fuck this. We're going back to the shelter in place that worked, you know?
Yeah. I feel like at this point, it's just like, I feel like we're just not gonna. I feel like we're just gonna ride this out now.
Well, I mean, first of all, we both know that's real dumb, right?
What? Right? No, I agree. I agree. But I'm just saying, I feel like at this point, it's just everything's on fire. So they're just gonna let everything be on fire. I don't see everything closing. again.
Well, I don't know. I think that it's still like I know that the numbers after Memorial Day weekend, there was like a 10% jump in COVID cases. So like, and if those numbers persist, I'm certain that like cities will have to react eventually. Like the fact is, hospitals will be inundated if things, keep going the way they were going before we started doing the shelter in place.
Yeah.
So that being said, yeah, I think that I don't know that CES has an option not to say this, because I think that right now they probably already have the venue booked, because you usually get venues really far in advance.
Yeah.
Especially the venue they've been using for the last however many years.
So this is gonna be the first not conference,
Major convention.
Yeah, like a convention. That's what I was looking for. Convention.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be. Since
Here's the thing: it's really far away. Like, has PAX canceled yet? PAX.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't know off the top of my head, but I do know.
You look it up. It would take you 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
No, I was about to. I was doing that right now.
I'm already on it.
No, it's with the. What was I gonna say? January is not that far away. You realize that, right?
What do you mean? It's
Like,
June.
Yeah.
January is over 6 months away.
Look how
That's
fast
6
months went by. I feel like January was yesterday.
Oh man, I felt every single day of it. I've enjoyed it. It's been fun.
Yeah, no, there's just no way that.
So hear me out here. PAX West, Seattle, September 4th through 7th. It's still scheduled. And I think that a lot of these things, PAX, possibly RTX, and what's the other one that we were just talking, CES, those are all still scheduled to happen. And it's like they can't cancel it because like the venues want the event people to cancel it, right? And the event people need the venues to tell them like, hey, you can't do this, or else I'm pretty sure they'll still have to pay. So I really think that's why this is happening.
Oh, I'm sure. I know it has to be like a lot of these contracts. It has to be like state of emergency or something to like cancel. Like it's in the contract.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like they have to be like, hey, we're still having this event. Will it be a successful one? How many people will come? I don't know. 6 months is plenty far away. Like we've only been in this for what, 3 months and some change.
Yeah, 4 months, right? February. End of February.
Was it not the end of March?
Well, that's when the lockdown was, but that's when like
yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about lockdown.
Oh, okay.
So like in 6 months, who knows? Yeah, maybe the world's back to normal, but I think that all depends on numbers, and I think that like this is happening because they can't cancel, so they might as well try to make it a big thing until they have to cancel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That being said, if you get a chance to go, if someone's like, hey, we'll send you a CS, whatever, I don't care. Would you go?
Yeah, I would go.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm around people all day. It's no different than my day-to-day. You know? Would you not go?
I mean, the truth is, I would 100% go if Paula let me. You know what I mean? It's the boss's word. Like, she gets to decide.
I mean, I'm around people all day, so I'm not super frightened by it.
Yeah?
You know?
How's that been? It's been busy at work?
Carry some hand sanitizer. I've actually been on vacation like the last week, so I don't know. But yeah, I would absolutely go in a heartbeat. I love CES. I love seeing all the cool shit.
That's so cool. But would it be weird not being able to touch stuff? Because I feel like that's kind of what this story was saying. Like they're going to change the rules up, and I feel like a big part of CES is like, oh, look at this gadget and device and play with it. Yeah,
they're going with the wider like lanes for walking, like the aisles, and then it didn't say like verbatim that you wouldn't be able to, like I said, you wouldn't be able to touch some stuff, but I'm sure if you have somebody sanitizing it after, which I think a lot of these,
that's probably good for a new phone, having it rubbed down with alcohol in between people.
Well, I mean, at that point, it's like those are just demo pieces, right?
I don't know what that means.
Like, it's not like it's a consumer phone where it's like being like,
a demo piece,
right? That's what it's meant for. I'm sure they're okay with ruining a new phone.
Sure.
To get it in people's hands. We got a lot of electric car talk at the end of the show, just because I thought this was actually really interesting.
Wait a minute. Are we gonna have time to talk about the fake eye?
Yeah, I mean, the fake eye is going to come at the end of the day. End
All right.
of the show. Bionic eye. Very excited to talk about it.
Fake eye.
Ford's all-electric F-150 and Transit van will hit dealerships mid-2020. So according to this article, details on the electric F-150 have been sparse since the 2019 Detroit Auto Show, when the Ford first confirmed their plans to build an electric pickup. A 2019 video shows the F-150 electric prototype towing a train of cars weighing 1 million pounds. A patent application from December 2019 shows diagrams of the engineered component reconfigured to store the cargo. Essentially, the CEO was said that they are going to be hitting dealerships by 2022. We are
cool.
the number one in the pickup and van market in Western Europe and U.S., and this is our chance. Basically, the article goes through just talking about kind of the landscape of the electric truck, especially with Tesla Cybertruck coming out at starting $40,000, and that does have some people's interest, and this is kind of the future of where we're going with like transit. I know I think that's a lot sooner than I expected to start seeing these EV like trucks.
Honestly, it's really exciting. It seems like a lot of movement on that end, and like that's really cool. Like shout outs to what's his face, Elon Musk, for pushing electric cars in a way that worked.
I thought you weren't a big Musk fan.
Elon Musk?
Yeah.
No, I love him.
Are you gonna make the jump?
He's a psychopath, right? Like he's not. Yeah.
Yeah, geniuses
But, like,
aren't stable. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You can't have all that knowledge and not be a little crazy.
Am I gonna make the jump to what?
An electric car, like a truck.
Here's the thing. So far, all my cars I've gotten have been hand-me-downs from other family members, and I don't think I'm ever gonna buy a car. If I can keep doing that, that's gonna be my plan. Like, would I like? I really like the Cybertruck. I think it looks friggin' dope.
Yeah.
It's a cool looking car.
I ever tell you my theory?
No.
The breaking when he broke the glass, the famous moment where
what's your theory?
the unbreakable glass, that was on purpose.
It wasn't.
I mean, but think about it. If the glass was unbreakable and you knew it was unbreakable and you throw a metal ball at it, just by the law of physics, you would like duck and get out of the way because it would bounce back. Guy didn't even flinch.
No. Have you seen the videos from earlier that day?
Where they were throwing at it, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't break, and like they realized like, oh, that created like microfractures, and that's why it broke.
It didn't bounce on those videos?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. I mean, that's specific. I wasn't ready to think about.
I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is that like they had attempted it earlier, and it was totally fine, but you attempt it too many times, not good. It's gonna weaken it. And like it's a baseball player, right? It was some sort of baseball player throwing the ball.
Yeah, but like I said, if you throw it, it would bounce off. Like just that's physics. If you throw something,
it depends on what material it is. Because what causes the bounce, Cheeks?
I know this is.
It's the deformation of it, right? So have you ever seen a golf ball hit or a baseball bounce on something? What happens? It compresses. It's actually really cool to watch in super slow motion. Like it'll change shape, and it's that wanting to go back into its original shape that causes the bounce. So a metal ball is going to have less of that, right? Right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. All right.
This is interesting. I mean, I could see that being a stunt. That's all I'm saying. Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, but I feel like that. You know what would be better stunt? Have it not break when you're like, it can't be broken. Because you look fucking dumb when it's like, all right, it broke. But like, we swear we threw a ball at it earlier.
I mean, but with glass, it's like the one thing on a car where it's like, we expect it to break, even if they say it doesn't break. Whereas like, if the battery didn't work, that'd be a big problem. So if you're gonna
going up there and saying, here's the thing: if it breaks when you're like, "Hey, this won't break," it makes you look like an idiot, and none of the rest of the components are gonna work, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like a lot of people faulted him for it. is all I'm saying. And now we're talking about it, you know? We're talking about the Cybertruck. Everybody was talking about the Cybertruck. I think it's great.
I mean, they were going to talk about it regardless, though. You know what I mean?
I don't think so. I don't think if that moment happened during the thing, I don't think...
But we were all watching it, right?
Yeah, we were. You and me. But not everybody.
Like, I'm thinking all the norms were watching it, too.
No.
You know? All the non-tech enthusiasts.
That is not true.
You seen this?
Yeah, I see it.
All right.
Look! It does bounce back.
Notice the window doesn't break.
Yeah.
And the man still doesn't flinch.
No, look, he's stepping back. Get out of the way.
Come on. You sound dumb. Like, you just want to be right now. That's shameful. That's shameful.
It does bounce back, though. You were saying it doesn't.
Well, yeah, but if you notice, the window bounced.
Well, we're speaking about the Cybertruck.
One of the things has to have that energy pushed back.
Yeah.
And if you notice in the slow-mo video, the window goes and bounces back.
Yeah. Yeah. But like you said, it wasn't going to bounce back.
I said steel balls don't bounce very well.
Yeah, but that looked like it bounced fine, you know?
But again, it was the window bouncing back.
Speaking of Tesla, Elon Musk has said that he's ready to mass produce the Tesla semi-truck. I don't know if they actually have like an actual name for it yet.
I think it's just the Tesla Semi.
But the Tesla Semi, I like it. The Tesla
kind of
Semi,
hard, you know what I mean?
it looks like the Las Vegas production plant is actually going to be the one that is going to be making and mass producing the automatic semi-trucks. Do you think we're ready? Like that's the thing with like the F-150 coming out with like the electric truck, and then something like the Tesla semi truck. Do you think we're ready for like this kind of technology in our vehicles?
That sounds really cool. If they have the what am I saying? The infrastructure built out so that they can charge it enough, great, right? If they can, like, that's a huge deal. Like, there's trucks are constantly driving throughout the United States. Why is the intro going? Is this an accident?
I accidentally.
This is an accident. Cancel it. Don't hit the button again. You can just stop it by pressing it on OBS. It doesn't matter. So yeah, I think that the world's super ready for this. What, like, is it going to be super expensive? Yeah, normally. But those semis are super expensive.
Yeah, but just getting to the point to where it's like, I don't know what we do with those jobs.
Just to finish my thought, I do think that this brings a lot of added safety, and like with all the like features that the Tesla has with, like, you know, the automatic driver, like driving, and like all the stuff that you hear about, like, oh, people fell asleep while driving and the car's autopilot like kicked in and was able to keep everything okay.
Yeah.
Those features are interesting, and like it could lead into a future that has, semi trucks being driven without an actual driver, which is scary for that business, but can be interesting for efficiency. Anyways, go ahead.
No, that's what I'm curious about on like your actual thoughts on that, because when we get to we are going to get to the point of having so many jobs knocked out by automation, and especially the driving industry, where like that's like a huge part of the American economy and most economies. Where do we go? Like, what do these people do? Like, what's our economy essentially going to look like?
I don't know. Like, what do all the people that work at like retail that are ringing people's purchases up? Like, what's the long-term plans there? Because like we're moving into a world where automation is going to be more and more the norm because it's cheaper.
Well, I feel like retail has then narrowed itself down to where it's like an experience, like an actual experience to go do instead of just like shopping. Like that.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Like with things like the Apple Store, right? The actual like environment and talking to the people.
About Target.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What's going to happen in Target in the next 10 to 15 years?
I bet you they move toward that model. like trying to become more of like a experience place to go and shop.
I mean, good luck. All the people that work there are idiots. You know how many times I've gone in there and been like, "Hey, do you guys have a micro HDMI cable?" And the guy was like, "Do you mean micro mini USB?" And it's like, "Well, that's 2 cables, first of all."
No, I mean, I think it's going to be like more of like the home living kind of experience in terms of like their like furniture and their like clothing and stuff like that. But also expanding their online side, right? Whereas like, I don't think I hear you, but I also fear of that future that Amazon employs everybody, you know?
Sure.
Like, I feel like it's going to get to that point, and I also don't know if there is going to be enough jobs for everybody at that point where everything is automated. Because even retail, you're right, even retail with the Amazon Go stuff. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like, didn't they just recently announce that they're going to start selling that technology to other companies?
Yeah, we covered it here on the show.
Right. Target is like interested. Walmart may be interested.
And that's the other thing where it's like, I don't know the answer on where to go from there. That's the one scary thing about all this.
Yeah, that's why like I feel like you hear talk of like universal. What is it called? Fuck. Wish my memory wasn't so bad, huh?
Universal basic income, UBI.
Yeah, yep. yeah, exactly. Where it's like we need to figure out a way to help people that haven't moved on or haven't figured out that still need these jobs when these jobs are no longer needed.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that's the way that we're gonna have to go, because there's no way that we're gonna be able to rely on a service-based economy anymore.
Right.
But who knows? That's the scary part. So that's the one thing, the downside of technology sometimes, that it can actually hurt a lot. Like that would, especially if we don't do anything like UBI. I don't know where anything like that goes. Well, Kevin, we don't have enough time to talk about the bionic eye, so stay tuned. I know. Stay tuned next week to read up on that story. Very exciting cyborg eye that we will get to talking about.
Can I get one of these? Can I get a cyborg eye? Is that what's happening?
I mean, we're gonna have to find out next week. So stay tuned next week. We'll talk about the cyborg eye. Thank you for joining us on this off the rails episode of Tech Fever. I don't know how I feel about this episode, but thank you for watching.
It was a great episode. I'm still angled the wrong way, but whatever.
Go subscribe. No, you're not. You're fine. You're mirrored. No, you're flipped.
I keep looking at you here, but I guess I should be looking here at this other screen that's just off.
Go subscribe, share, iPod. Podcast services everywhere. Subscribe, share on YouTube. Let your friends know. You can find me over at youtube.com/playeverything, where you found this episode. And you can follow me at Cheeks_Junior on Twitter. You can follow Kevin at KindaFunnyKevin on Twitter. And you can watch his show, Screencast,
tomorrow on Thursday
this time, over at youtube.com/kindoffunny. Thank you for joining us this week. Thank you for I can't believe you stuck through the end if you're at this point. I appreciate you.
They didn't.
Until next time.
I got the fever. Woo! Woo!